everybody, I'm Sean Henry, CEO and founder of Pepperland Marketing, and today I'm going to show you how you can capture traffic source information from Google Analytics in your HubSpot forms. Now this is somewhat technical, involves a little bit of coding. You're going to have to use Google Tag Manager, so if you need any help, definitely reach out, but I'll try to make it as simple as possible to set this up. Now, you might be wondering, why would you even want to do this in the first place? HubSpot is really good at giving you a lot of great information about what people are doing on your website, what marketing channels are bringing them there. So you already have a lot of great data available to you if you are using HubSpot, even without this integration. If you haven't already, you'd want to check out the traffic analytics report. That's going to tell you what marketing channels are actually bringing people to your website, what marketing channels are converting people into leads. And you could see this on an individual contact record as well. So you could open up any lead in your database and see what brought them to the website for the very first time. Now, the problem with that is that the information that HubSpot is showing you is the original source. So let's say you have a longer sales cycle and people tend to convert multiple times before their sales ready. And you want to understand what marketing channels are leading them to convert each and every time. HubSpot isn't really great at giving you that information. They're only going to show you the original source, and you'd really have to dig deep to try to find out all the steps that happened in between, other than what content they viewed. So if you did want to see, was it Twitter that brought them to the website the second time and paid search that brought them to the website the third time, you would probably have to do this integration in order to get to that level of granularity. This is something that we do for all of our clients. It's been extremely helpful for really helping us understand what is working and what isn't, what blog posts are really effective at capturing leads, what marketing channels are good at bringing people back to the website after they've converted the first time. So it's really been a great tool for us. Now, this is something we wrote about on the website. There's a blog post called How to Capture Google Analytics Traffic Source Data with HubSpot Forms. Just Google that and you should come across it. And in this blog post, we do a pretty detailed walkthrough of how to set all this stuff up, but I'm going to give you a quick run through. The very first thing that you will need to do is create the custom fields. Now, if you are doing this in just HubSpot and you're using HubSpot both as your marketing software and your CRM, you only have to do this step once. If you are using Salesforce as your CRM or another CRM that's integrated with HubSpot, you have to create the fields in both places, so in HubSpot and in your CRM, so keep that in mind. But I'll show you how to quickly set this up in HubSpot. You would go to Contacts, Contact Settings, and then Properties. Then once you're here, you would do Create a Property, and I would recommend naming your fields exactly what I've outlined here. So GA_medium, GA_source, GA_campaign, and so on. And that will eliminate one additional step for you. If you come up with custom fields, you have to tweak the script to be able to look for whatever you ended up naming them. But first you're going to create those fields. The second step is adding those fields to your forms. So I've actually already done this, but let me go ahead and remove one so I could show you how I went about it. You basically open up the form in HubSpot and you go to add a new form field, and you just simply drag that over. And this is very important. Once you've added the field to your form, you need to click on it and select Make this field hidden. That's going to prevent people from seeing it. We just want to hide it in the code so it could store that information, but you don't want anybody actually interacting with the fields. So you add each one of those, click Publish. And now if I look at the form on my website, it looks like a normal form. I have first name, last name, email address, and a little message area. But hidden in the code are all these custom fields that I just created. Now, if you want to test that to make sure that they're actually there, there's a cool extension called Hidden Form Finder. You just go ahead and add that to your Chrome browser, and then if I hit refresh, it's going to show me all those hidden fields that are on the page. And there they are. I see GA Content, GA Source, GA Medium, GA Campaign, and I can verify that all the fields that I need are here on the form. So the page is ready to go, the form is ready to go. Now I need to add some custom scripts in order to get all this to work. And I'm going to do this in Google Tag Manager. And I'll show you exactly how, but the very first thing you're going to need to do is open up the first script that we reference in the blog post. Go ahead and copy that, and then go into Google Tag Manager, and you're going to go to Tags, click New, and under Tag Configuration, select Custom HTML. And just go ahead and paste that code in there. And you're going to go back up to the top of the script, and there's a little area here that you have to customize. There's actually two things that we need to customize. The first thing that we need to do is make this an actual script. So I add that tag to the top, and then at the very bottom I'm going to close this out. So that just makes this script valid. Make sure you do that step. And now we're going to specify our domain name. So there's this area towards the top that says list all top-level domains that are belonging to your organization for cross-domain tracking. If you have more than one domain that people can navigate to, you need to list them both. And you're going to do that separating them by a comma. If you only have a single domain, remove one of those and just type your domain. So ours is pepperlandmarketing.com. And that's it. Now I can save this script. And I have to add a trigger that tells Google Tag Manager when to fire this. Go ahead and select all pages and click Save. You need to name this something. I'll call it GA Custom Cookie, but you can call this whatever you want. And then in the blog post, once you've added that script, you're going to scroll down to the second script, copy all of this, the entire thing, and you're going to repeat that same step that you did earlier. Create a custom HTML tag, paste that script in there, and the only change you need to make to this is about halfway through. You're going to look for a line that says document.cookie, and you'll see an area that says domain equals. Type in your domain here. So right after the dot, it's pepperlandmarketing.com. But you enter yours, whatever your domain is. And once again, for triggering, I'm going to select all pages, which is probably more than you actually need. You only need the script to fire on pages where you have a form. So you could definitely get more specific there. But for most people, all pages should be just fine. Now, once I'm done with this, I would typically go and save the container and then do a test to make sure everything is working correctly before publishing it live. It's just generally a best practice. I'm going to skip that step here. But if your tests show that everything's working the way you would expected, you then push the script live. And now whenever somebody comes to the website, the cookie that you created is going to contain all that traffic source information. Whether it's a campaign visit or somebody who came to your website naturally. And the script is going to take that information out of the cookie, pass it into your hidden form fields, and then with every form submission, you'll see all that great information with the lead record. And I'll show you a quick example of that. This is actually me. This is my contact record, and I can see that I was created from offline sources back in November. And then I came back to the website in January, and it looks like I submitted two separate forms. So the very first form I submitted looks like I came from Google Organic Search. But then shortly after that, I came back to the website, and this time I came to the website after clicking something that we had tweeted. So it says GA Source Twitter, GA Medium is social. It's telling me that I landed on this blog post, leveraging existing customers to find new ones, and then ultimately converted on a page that was an ebook. So you can see I've got this really granular information now. I can see exactly what traffic source led that person to submit the form and convert, as well as the original source that brought them to the website for the first time. So we hope you find this useful. Reach out if you have any questions. If you you do learn something about your audience, your customers, that's great. We'd love to hear from you. So leave some comments on the blog post, and share this with your developers or whoever could help you set this up. And we hope you find it helpful.